And welcome back to episode 25 of the Hit the Showers podcast, presented to you by the Foolproof Entertainment Network. As always, I am your host, Clifford Jordan Jennings, here with my point man and co-host, Malcolm Towboy King.
Hey, look, I'm the new Steph Curry out here. What's going on, everybody?
The new Steph Curry, huh?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Great magic.
We got OG Mike Brown back in the building. What's happening?
What's going on, y'all?
You know what it is. And of course, we're here to talk football today. I suppose we'll kick it off with the Chiefs. Trade. The Chiefs trade. What is that? 3 picks to the Ravens?
For
Orlando Brown.
Yeah.
They gave up some.
Yeah, 3 picks. They gave up the 31st, the 94th in the 3rd round, and the 136th in the 4th. Now, my question is, of course, after that Super Bowl defeat to the infamous TB12, and I know a big part of that was, they were, suffering from injuries and had a depleted offensive line. So, of course, this move makes sense on the surface, but I feel like trading away all those picks at the same time kind of indicates that you feel that you have everywhere else covered. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I feel like it's a desperation move because, they said, I seen a joke or something. Somebody said they paid all this money for Mahomes, with his contract, right? A lot of money for this man to stay in Kansas City. So they need him to be healthy. So I feel like they in their eyes, they feel like they did what they had to do to protect their quarterback, protect their ultimate investment. I just don't know how much it may hurt them in the long run as far as the other positions. I don't feel like they're fully stacked. Their defense was atrocious in the Super Bowl.
I was going to touch on that. Continue though.
Yeah. I mean, their defense has a couple of good pieces. Tyron, was it Matthew or Matthew, however you say it? He's Matthew. Yeah, he's definitely good, but you need help on defense still. You're not there yet.
So I mean, do you think it worked? Excuse me. Do you think it works at all? Like, do you think that's a decent pick, or do you feel like that was too much?
I mean, it definitely helps out the offense as far as the protection goes, right? Giving him some added protection, Mahomes, that is, but it doesn't nothing for your defense. I don't feel like you got better or improved on your defense, and that's something you need to do if you want to beat, a team like the Buccaneers or even, the other team, the Bills. There's a lot of other good teams you got to phase.
I agree. What you got, Mike? It sounded like you was about to say something.
No, I didn't have anything. I was just looking down through it.
Okay. Yeah, but no, I definitely agree. Especially in the with the defense, the comments about the defense. You know what I mean? Like they could definitely afford to put more pressure on the quarterback. I do feel like they need like a safety to like bring it all together as far as their DBs go. And
Right.
if I had wiggle room after that, I would probably go with like a coverage linebacker, you know, just to stop those over the middle plays. Because, you know, they was getting hit with those.
Right.
So I don't know if all that was worth the pick. You know what I mean? I don't know that they might not be a decent lineman at 31.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
That's true.
I know you're taking a gamble because this is an unproven, you know, college athlete that has yet to step into the NFL. But when I just feel like all that for a sure shot, and I don't know if the sure shot was worth it all. It's just what it come down to.
I don't think it'll be enough to solidify, you know, a Super Bowl, guaranteed Super Bowl win. I mean, only time will tell. Obviously, you know, we got to look at who's opting out of the training camps and the OTAs, who's going to stay healthy, because a lot can happen. Because another flip side to it is he may not be enough to even protect Patrick Mahomes. You know, what is your other offensive?
Well, the last two guys got hurt trying to protect Patrick Mahomes. So
right.
This is why they pick him up.
Yeah, no, I mean, I definitely do feel
two for the price of one.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So
I mean,
we'll see how the line works.
What did they do in the free agency though? Either I don't recall them making too many moves in the free agency that I can recall.
No, I can't.
I mean, nothing comes to mind. I just don't know if.
Right.
I feel like that was a somewhat of an arrogant move. You know what I mean? Like, I understand you do need an offensive lineman, but to give that much up for it, and you haven't made any moves, like you must be extremely confident in your team currently.
Well, no, they had to get rid of two of those offensive tackles for cap space. Is what they're saying.
I remember seeing that.
Right.
I do remember seeing that.
So that's why they got. That's why they got. I mean, that's why he got a pretty good deal, because they cleaned out room for him.
Right.
For Brown to come in.
So I guess Malky is right a bit. The desperation is what that is. Then especially if you got rid of two, you got to pick somebody up. So that makes sense. So I mean, look at it on the other side of the coin. What do you think that the Ravens need to do with those picks in the draft to, you know?
And they need some. They have a few average wide receivers. They definitely need some.
Yeah, they can't step up their wide receivers.
Some better wide receivers, more legitimate wide receivers. And they need. I don't remember who the running back is in Baltimore, but I feel like they probably need a running back. Mark Ingram, but he's gone. He's in Texans on the.
He's been gone. He's been gone. It's his second year. He's been gone.
He just got traded this offseason. He ain't played for Houston yet.
No, I didn't. No.
I don't know.
I'll follow up. But he just got traded to Houston within the past month. Mark Ingram trade.
So yeah, I mean, if that is the case, then yeah, you're definitely correct about the running back position. I mean, but the defense isn't bad, but
so just to clarify, Burgess,
go ahead.
Around March 11th of this past year, Adam Schefter reports that the Texans have signed veteran running back Mark Ingram to a 1-year deal worth up to $3 million. So this upcoming season will be his first season in Houston. He played for New Orleans and Baltimore, didn't he? Yeah. He played for Baltimore recently, though, before coming to Houston. But my whole point is, Baltimore's going to need a running back. Defense-wise, I believe they're because they're always mediocre, at least average on defense. They've never been like a terrible defense.
Right.
Well, you probably need a couple pieces still, I would imagine. I don't recall exactly what all they've done in the free agency with the defense and anything like that. Yeah, you need some core pieces.
Nothing that stands out to me. That stands out in my mind.
Right. So yeah, I mean, Baltimore needs a lot of work. I mean, and Jackson. I mean, also let's look at Jackson's offensive line. I'm not sure that they're too stellar either. As I believe Jackson's always under a lot of pressure. I feel like too, trying to either run. Does he really have time to sit back and throw that ball?
Right. Yeah. But I mean, this is also an offensive heavy, wide receiver heavy draft, so they may be able to pick something up there as far as the offensive line go. I know of a few guys coming out that are, I don't know if I would say under people's radar, but they're not being like, talked about like Penei Sewell and all them. So
and I haven't heard about him lately.
You haven't heard of him on like any drafts?
Not lately, like not within the past week. I did 2 weeks ago. I was hearing they were trying to say he could go, 3 or 4 within like the top 5. Now I haven't. He's dropped out of that conversation of going within that top 5 potentially.
Was it top 5? I think last I saw him, he was at 10, 9. Nope, 8.
Yeah, somebody's mock draft had him going potentially within that top tier first couple picks, which I was shocked. They had him going before Kyle Pitts.
That's remember they're
talking about, yeah. But I mean, no one obviously knows for sure who's going to go where. I mean, they keep changing every week with the mock drafts, but
yeah, that's ill. I mean, yeah.
I mean, I think the only thing that's for sure it sounds like is that Trevor Lawrence pick. I think that's the only thing that seems.
I think the first 2 are
Trevor Lawrence and Zach Wilson.
Yeah, I think those 2 are locks for real.
I think so too.
I think 3 is where at that San Fran, that's where it starts to get a little
tricky.
Yeah, and I mean, let's be honest. Chances are they probably will fuck around and go with Mac
Jones. Yeah,
man, and
fortunately,
we'll see who gets fired after that.
Right. Yeah.
Right. We'll see who gets fired after that pick. And then I see that there's movement. I seen Carolina's willing to give up their 8th pick too.
Yeah. And also, hold on.
Yeah, they said depending on how the first 7 go, they'd be willing to trade down and give up that 8th pick. I don't know who would need it. But they said they were in talks with like 5 different teams. I don't think the teams were named in the article I read, though.
There's supposed to be some wide receivers available by that 8th pick. Like I know that I believe his name is Jalen Waddell, Alabama.
Waddle.
He's Waddle. Yeah, he's supposed to be still available by then. Teams talked about him. Jamar Chase potentially, depending on if he goes before or after Devontae Smith. So yeah, I mean, if you need some wide receivers, I mean, I think you still be in a prime time as far as the 8th pick goes to still be able to pick somebody up if you needed to. And again, hell, Kyle Pitts might even slip down that far, and people keep talking about him a lot. Like you said, he's kind of that in between, right? Like I think I talked about this on the last podcast. They compared Kyle Pitts to Plexico Burress, which I thought was interesting as far as his build goes.
But Plexico Burress didn't really. I guess if you moved Kyle Pitts to like a wide receiver spot, but
right, yeah. I mean, I haven't seen this game enough to say that. And I was just shocked they said Plexico Burress because he was, he's always all right to me. I didn't think he was a standout.
Right.
He did all right in New York. Don't get me wrong, he did all right in New York, but it's never a standout. But anyways, yeah, I mean, this draft, I mean, I feel like it's an exciting potential draft though, as far as the talent goes. Like, there's a lot of talent. It's pretty loaded.
No, definitely. Okay. I mean, I feel like everybody's gonna win. What you got, Mike?
Yeah. No, I was gonna switch up, but I was waiting for you guys to get done.
No, you good. You good.
Well, the biggest thing this week is the jersey number change. What do you guys think about that?
I like it.
You like that?
I like it.
I mean, I feel like why not? I mean,
right.
You're having like linebackers. They're just saying people ain't gonna, a number ain't gonna tell you who's who.
Right.
You know what I mean?
But
and
why should it?
Right.
Man, somebody could get blindsided, bro.
Only person,
You think?
Only-
I mean,
Yeah,
you still,
yeah. You might think number one should be number two, and two should be you. You might be thinking wrong.
Yeah.
Your whole thinking might be wrong, bro, out there on that field.
but
So it's gonna be X's and O's.
It's all about where you're lined up at. I feel like that's what it comes down to is on the film. Okay, whether this person is a linebacker or not, depending on their jersey number, whatever you want to go by, where they lined up at. I might if you're pressing.
They were showing something earlier in the week that Tom Brady, he had a lineman on the end of the line that was eligible, and then he had another guy that had a similar number that was not eligible, and he threw a quick pass to that offensive lineman like that. It was crazy. So Tom Brady done made a lot of rules change in the NFL, I'm telling you.
I mean, I heard about him whining about that shit, about the jersey number change. And I mean, it does make sense to me if, like we talked about, if you had it down pat from that perspective as far as knowing the jersey number and assuming what coverage position that person is playing.
Right.
But like we discussed, that this takes it back to college, and we all know Tom Brady wasn't shit in college. So I would understand why he would complain about this. But at the same time, you're Tom Brady. I feel like the complaints are a little beneath you.
Overcome. That's what you get paid to do. You get paid to rise and overcome. Yeah, that's interesting though. I think it's cool though, because like they gave an example, like I guess CD Lamb felt very uncomfortable coming into Dallas when they made him wear 88, and we all know that's the legendary Michael Irvin's jersey number. And he's like, that's big shoes to fill. I don't want to wear that jersey number. I want to, if I can, wear what I wore in college. So I think, I think it's cool. I think that's cool that they're going to be flexible with some of those jersey number switches. So we'll see how that goes.
Yeah.
I mean, my thing is, so they're going to be number ones all over the place. Remember the jersey for the new rookies, they always wear number one. You know, Kyler Murray's got a number one. Cam Newton, didn't he have number one when he came out too? Also,
he still does.
Yeah, he still does.
Okay.
Yeah, he does.
Okay. And there's a few number ones out there. So I'm like, is everybody gonna wear number one or what? What's gonna happen with the change? So,
I mean, all of that shouldn't really matter, though, in my opinion. Like,
I put everybody in a one. You know what I mean? Just put everybody in a one. We're all equal then. You know,
like
you still don't know what X and O is coming at you though.
Right.
That's the bottom line.
You know what color jersey they wearing.
Right.
That's right. You know what color jersey they wear.
That's the only report that you can give, that you got hit by a Mack truck in a red shirt.
Listen.
You know what I mean? Derrick Henry.
I mean, I don't know, but I mean, apparently that's not the only rule change that they've made so far. I know they've been trying to add the 8th ref, the skybox referee.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I
know team owners don't want that to happen, and they just really want to give the booth, the official that reviews the plays in the booth, more access to be able to weigh in on more calls from the booth.
Right.
I mean, I guess that makes more sense, but I guess that makes more sense just from a standpoint that I feel like having an 8th ref that is just a full-time ref in the skybox might mess up the flow of the game. You know what I mean? Like, we don't want to have to stop the play every so often to get a
review.
Yeah, or a call down from the booth.
Right.
To tell us that's going to make these already long games that much longer.
I agree.
Mm-hmm.
I agree.
I do think it would help with some of the penalty calling that has been a little out there lately. You know what I mean? There's been a lot of calls that are like, okay, that's a little weird. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Right. So, I mean, I do think that may possibly help. But I do agree with the owners in this situation. I feel like it should be more of a give the official that reviews the plays in the booth a little bit more leeway as opposed to adding a full time, ref that just reviews shit from the skybox. That's a little too much. Also, in reference to onside kicks, I saw that they changed the rule to where they can only have 9 people in the zone now, as opposed to all 11 on the receiving team.
Really?
Yeah.
I haven't seen that. Really?
This is going to be the first year that they roll it out. Basically, they said that onside kick completion percentage is down to 8.3 as of the past couple years, and before the league average used to be 19.7. So they said that they want to give teams that are in a situation where they're down by multiple touchdowns late in the game a little bit more of an opportunity to be able to recover the ball.
Right. Yeah.
And I
that's
agree.
A good point.
Because you stopped them from being able to start off running. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, now they got to take off from a dead stop. So it's like you got to at least give them a little leeway a bit when it comes to getting down there. Right. So
you don't see a whole lot of onside kick. Yeah, you don't see a whole lot of onside kicks like you used to. I feel like
because they're ineffective now. It's like
they don't do nothing for you. Yeah.
Well, hold up. I gotta say, I forget what game it was when he kicked that offside kick and the ball just kept spinning and they recovered it. I like that offside kick. I mean, that was the best one. That happened last year. I forget what team it was. Yeah. But that's probably one of the best offside kicks I've seen in a while.
I believe that they said that there was some kind of stat where it was like out of 64 onside kicks attempted last year, only 2 were recovered.
Right.
Right. Yeah, that's crazy. Well,
yeah, that's a low stat. Yeah, definitely that change I feel like might benefit a couple teams with the onside kick. I mean, yeah, because you got to try to give them a shot,
right?
Especially when in close games to try to recover and see what they can do.
I definitely agree. I heard that they were also trying to change the format of overtime, which does need to be changed for sure, but it hadn't been. I think hadn't been brought back up. Like they haven't made a ruling or anything like that on it yet.
Yeah, I need to overtime. I mean, it's still where it's first team to score win, right? Unless it's
right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Or was it if you skip? Okay, so if you score a field goal or touchdown, regardless, you won, right?
Right.
Okay. Are you saying that you'd be for like giving the other team a chance to see if they could? Okay. Well, that makes the game longer. That makes the game longer.
I mean, it's overtime.
Right.
I mean, you have to give them a shot. Otherwise, it's not overtime anymore. You're really whoever wins the coin toss.
Coin toss, yeah. Well, potentially, because you still can get stopped. That don't mean you're going to score.
Right, but let's be honest. All you got to do is get in field goal range.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's a good point. I like to see that change, too.
So, yeah, I definitely agree with that. I'm hoping that does get put into effect before the start of this next season. But once again, they haven't ruled on that. And that onside kick shit is just for the next year. Like, it's just rolled out for a year to check it out.
Mm-hmm. And also, we have the 17 game seasons now. So we play 17 games now.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. Yep, that was known that they did also.
Okay.
We play 17 games now.
Did they?
Well, you mean
16?
You mean 17 weeks, 16 games? Because before it was 18.
17 weeks. Games. It's 17 weeks. 17 games.
Well, no, that can't be right because every team has a bye week, so it'd have to be if it's 17 weeks, it'd have to be 16 games, right?
They added one more on there. They added 17.
Then it'll probably have to be 18 weeks, 17 games then.
Right.
That's what it already was, though.
No, it wasn't.
No.
It was only 16 games.
Right.
So they added an extra game. Is what you're saying?
That's right.
Yes. Yes. Remember they're trying to get everybody to in the next 7 to 8 years or something like that, probably a little bit longer than that, to try to go overseas and play in Britain and stuff like that. So they're trying to get a lot of teams to go over there.
Right.
So
I mean, I get it. I mean, it's more money for the league. Let's be honest. You know, playing international. I mean, I think that's kind of wearing for the teams going into the playoffs.
How long is that flight?
Right.
Man, it's like
half a day at least.
I don't know.
Probably at least half a day. You know what I mean?
It's the UK. It's another country. You know.
Man,
it's probably half a day.
That's a rough. You have to schedule that game, the bye after that.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like each team's bye comes immediately after their overseas game.
Right. With no practice for 2 or 3 days. Let me tell it.
Yeah.
Listen, I mean that's tough.
I don't even want to go to practice.
That's tough. And then I mean, like strategically, where that's placed in a team's schedule, that could fuck them up. You know what I mean? That could fuck up their momentum. That could fuck up a lot of things going over.
Right.
Man, but
NFL's trying to get that money back from some of the stuff they missed out on. I feel like.
So are they gonna add? Well, no, I don't think that would ever work, would it? Like, would they ever be able to add like an expansion team from over there? Like, but then how would it work for them? Would they have to stay in the States for the length of the season? You know what I mean? Because that would be rough on them having to fly back and forth for every away game.
Well, Toronto does it. I mean, in basketball, that is, if you think about it, the Raptors, because they're outside of the country.
But they're also connected to us.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
that's true. But I mean, I don't know how long some of those flights are if you're going from Toronto to California, and so you know what I mean. Like, I don't know.
I mean, I would imagine nowhere near the length of going.
Oh, right.
To Europe, you know what I mean?
But I mean, when you're doing it on a nightly basis, what I'm saying, especially in basketball, I feel like that's pretty tiring.
I mean, but that's what you get paid for at the end of the day. So
yeah.
Well, then that's our answer. Shut your mouth, get on the flight, and
listen,
go
fly on.
Right, that's what you get paid for at the end of the day. I do agree there. Other than that, I seen Cleveland did choose to exercise Baker Mayfield's 5th year of his contract.
Seen that.
I really feel like that was the only option for Cleveland in that situation. I mean, you didn't really have much else that you could do. And like you always say, Malk, you kind of got to ride the hot hand.
Got to. And that's their guy.
Yeah. Yeah, he's been...
that's their guy.
He's been proving himself to be. So, in this 5th year of his contract, he'll get $18.86 million off of this. But I guess my question would be, well, I guess you may have answered it, and that's their guy. I was about to ask, is Baker the long-term, option for Cleveland at this point?
Unless he tanks, I feel like that's their guy. Unless he's injury prone or he just constantly drops the ball or has a lack of performance consistently, I feel like that's their guy. I mean, he's been hot. He's improved.
He's definitely improved over this.
Yes, he has.
Yeah, that's without a doubt. Now, I mean, at the same time, if he is their long-term guy, is he one good season away from like one of those big boy contracts? You know what I mean?
It depends on what, I don't know how their cap space is usually set up, especially because they had a big free agency there in Cleveland.
They did, didn't they?
You know what I mean? I feel like they'd have to reconstructure some things with some guys to get him that big contract. But I could see that being the case in the next no more than 3 years. I mean, if he consistently,
if this is the 5th year of his contract, then he's gonna have to re-sign or figure something out next year, right?
Right. And the market value for quarterbacks keeps going up. They said it's supposed to just skyrocket. I mean, we've seen the contracts already with people. So if guys are getting paid and he's performing, he's not getting paid what they're paid yet, they're going to have to pay the man. I mean, Dak Prescott just set the bar for a lot of guys recently with the contract they gave him. So, yeah, I think you got to pay the man.
I think this might actually be checkmate for Cleveland Browns and Baker, because just like you said, like, good quarterbacks seem to be hard to come by as of late, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, he's in the 5th year of his contract, so this means that he's gonna renegotiate after the end of the year. So it's really a question of what do you feel could open up in that year's time to not want to, to want to take a gamble on that or just rock with a Baker. I feel like you kind of got to pay him what he wants.
Yeah.
He was 10th in the league with a quarterback rating last year. So, I mean, it's not like he was a slouch there. You got to, at that point, I feel like you got to pay him what he wants. This is the perfect time for quarterbacks to eat right now.
If Baker's playing well and helping get you to the playoffs and he's, doing his part and he's the captain of your team, you got to pay the man for sure. I think you definitely got to pay the man. So, I mean, I see Baker getting definitely a better contract. In the very near future, he could even get it sometime in the middle of the season. They might try to reconstructure it,
right?
Depending on what they got going on. I think Baker's your guy. I think as long as he's the hot hand, I think you ride with that hot hand and you pay the man and you keep him happy. And you.
But you just better hope. You just better hope he don't have a tank year this year. You know what I mean?
He
did good last year. You got to understand he's coming from Hugh Jackson and Freddie Kitchens. That was their baby at first, was Baker Mayfield, and then now Steve Spaganti, I think.
Spagano, Steve Spagano, something like that. Something like that.
Yeah, but anyway.
I don't think he got it in him, really. Not to just, I don't think he has it in him to just tank. Like that. Like, I think in order for that to take place, it would have to be a situation where an injury, he was coming back from an injury and couldn't quite be the same Baker he started out as. But I don't see him just tanking in a season. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah.
I mean, but that it's possible, but I feel like he's been there too long. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's been in the league too long. He knows what to expect to really just tank like that.
His only downfall might be Odell, though, because with Odell coming back healthy and him having that mindset of him feeling like I've got to feed Odell the ball, regardless if he's open or not, I think that's his only known potential downfall. I think if he can get over that, I think Baker's a pretty good quarterback. I think he's a winning quarterback, has a good mentality. He can get the job done.
I was hoping they got rid of him.
So, I think more to come, depending on Odell. Odell?
No, Baker.
Baker?
Listen, I was hoping they got rid of him. I used to say all day I would love to have him in Oakland. Well, in the Vegas now, but back in Oakland.
Baker wouldn't get along with Gruden and Mike Mayock. He don't want to sit with no knockoff draft guru. I
think he would.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if he'd fit as well in Las Vegas, I should say, as he does in. I think him and that coach have a great rapport. Baker Mayfield and his coach he has now. I think that's why it works.
I think he could get more trouble in Vegas. I do think that.
I think so too.
But
especially his attitude.
I think him being
it'd be a Johnny Manziel all over again.
Right. I can see that. I can see that being in Vegas, definitely. But I feel like him being with Gruden, I feel like that's what Gruden is good at. You know what I mean? Getting his quarterbacks right. Yeah. So I feel like that could definitely benefit a Baker being up under a Gruden for a little while. But, that was wishing on a star. But
right.
Other than that, speaking of quarterbacks, Philly openly stated that they need competition for Jalen Hurts and are seeking a quarterback. How do you feel about that, Malcolm?
Well, I think competition's always healthy. I think competition always keeps all of us on our toes. I've never minded competition in anything that I've done. I think it's better that way to have competition and try to up your game than to maybe stay consistent and maybe you're not playing as well or you feel like there's no threat to your position, so you're taking things for granted.
Right.
I don't know who the competition will be because, as far as I'm aware, on that team,
they need to bring Nick Foles back.
You know what I mean? I would agree on that. Everybody knows that I love Nick Foles, but I think you would need to bring him back on a Doug Peterson coach team.
What?
I'm not.
You couldn't have him on an Andy Reid team or something like that? Why
Cliff,
Doug
Cliff,
Peterson?
Well, Cliff and I talked because he's actually played with Andy Peterson, and he's won a ring with Andy Peterson. Doug Peterson.
Okay, so this year we're saying Indy's gonna be number one because Frank Wright and what's face has a relationship.
No, because
Carson Wentz.
That's a different story, Mike. And I don't.
Oh, my bad.
I don't want to beat a dead horse, but you're talking about two different. You're talking about two different things.
But the same team.
No,
two different things, the same team.
Well,
I'm just saying.
No, Michael, because you're not. What you're not understanding is Carson Wentz is a defeated man.
No, he's not.
Yes,
we'll see this year. We'll see this year.
I don't know if that's fair to say.
We'll see. Yeah,
he's a broken man. He's got benched for a rookie. He's injury prone.
But what did he do before that, though? But he didn't have a line. He didn't have an offensive tackle, Malcolm. But he got hit, remember?
But it doesn't matter because other guys were in his shoes and they still played better.
Here we go.
It's all about, you know what I mean? Nick.
I got hit by a truck.
Carson Wentz. He's talking about Carson Wentz.
No, I mean, who other than Nick? You said other people have been in.
Jalen Hurts. Once again, Jalen Hurts came into the situation and beat the number one defense last year at the time when we played the Saints. Now, yes, Drew Brees was out. Drew Brees was out. Don't get me wrong. He was out. But the defense was the number one ranked defense at that time when we played them that week. And I thought we would get blown out. We upset them with no weapons, with a banged up offensive line, with nobody. You know what I'm saying? So, again, we'll see what Carson Wentz does. I'm not confident this new coach, again, that the Eagles have. I'm not a fan of him. There was a good point that a lot of analysts made. He didn't really do nothing in Indy. If you think about it, he was the offensive coordinator. We know Frank Wright called the plays. We know he was the head coach. We know he basically controlled that team. That I don't think the offensive coordinator really contributed a whole lot to that team's success, to be honest. I think Frank Wright was really the master behind, or the brains behind the operation. We'll see, though. I'd be really surprised. I'd be really surprised.
Football's it's a team effort, Malcolm.
Yeah, but look at Belichick's coordinators over the years that were under him, and Bill Belichick.
Well, I know, but they don't pan out to be anything. Just kind of like Nick Foles, they don't pan out to be anything, bro.
Hey, Mike, what I tell you, Nick Foles is. Hey, Cliff, look.
I love it.
For the people who can't see, I'll tell you what I'm doing. I'm Nick Foles. I'm putting on my gold jacket. I got my ring on my finger. And I'm saying, you can't sit with us. It's the MVP. It's an MVP, Super Bowl MVP, Super Bowl winner championship table. You can't sit with us.
Okay, the kiddie table, huh?
That's at the kiddie table. You know what I mean, Mike? Look,
I quit, bro. I quit.
Hey. Just know we're telling Rich Gannon to get a plate to go because you can't sit with us.
Hey, bro. If he gets his gold jacket, man, I'm telling you, this dog got my clothing. It's gonna go triple platinum. Oh yeah.
You may not be around to see it if he get his gold jacket because I don't think it's happening.
Oh wow.
I don't think it's happening. But anyways, yeah, Cliff. I mean, yeah, I think competition is going to be good. Jalen Hurts, I personally love Jalen Hurts. I know it was a first season. Again, second season will tell you everything, because teams are going to catch on to you by now. They're going to have watched tape.
With him, it's probably going to be his third because I don't think they got enough tape out of him to,
That's true.
To really, come out like stopping him like that this year. I think he still has room to wiggle, and then by the following year, they'll have tape on him to know, a scheme to stop him.
And my biggest concern is no matter if you put him or somebody else at quarterback, you still didn't, meaning the Eagles, you still didn't improve at all. Like, I'm just so taken back. Like, we haven't done anything. We've signed no names. We haven't improved offensive line. You need to improve that there.
Do you know y'all's draft picks?
I know we are number, I want to say 11 or 12 in the draft. Now we were number 6. If you remember, we traded down.
Right.
Which I still don't understand that logic, if you ask me. But hey, I'm not shout out Howie Roseman, and Jeff Lurie, the owner. But yeah, I believe we're 11 or 12 now in the draft.
Y'all got 12, 37, 70. 120 123, 150. Then in the 6th round you got 189, 224, 225, and in the 7th you got 234, 240.
And that doesn't sound too promising. Again, unless you run into a Tom Brady situation.
At 84. You got 84 too.
Every luck of the blue moon, you get some of those late round guys that turn out to be stellar. It doesn't sound too promising to me. I don't know who you can get at 12 in the first round. Again, you might be able to get lucky and get a Jalen Waddle or Waddell. I've seen that earlier. That was a prediction on one of the drafts.
Yeah, you need a threat, some kind
need
of
a threat. But need offensive line too. Need some kind of blocking because look, you can get a threat, but if ain't nobody blocking to get that threat the ball.
But that's a good thing about after the draft, you are going to see a lot of movement as well. Then too, you know what I mean. It's not like that. Those selections are set in stone. You're going to see a lot of people moving and a lot of people wanting to go after people they thought they were going to get. So that's another reason why I was kind of a little shocked by the Kansas City trade, because it's like, well, wait a minute, we don't even know how the chips fell yet. And then you just want to give them up, I guess,
It's all about that Mahomes boy, they want to go with the devil they think they know, than the devil they feel like they just truly don't know.
I mean, but you can go with who you know and still make improvements is all I'm getting at with the whole situation. But I also heard that Mahomes is ahead of schedule as far as recovery with his toe. So,
yeah.
Oh yeah, he's out there. I mean, he's on Instagram. He's got his little family. He's had his little daughter. He's active. He's definitely he's out. I think he'll be ready. I think he'll be more than ready. They say Brady's ready too. They said Brady recovered very well from his surgery. I think he'll be back in the next month by OTAs. They said in Tampa. But Brady's doing well. Yeah, Brady's back. He's doing good. So
it's going to be a very interesting season coming up, if I to say the least.
I mean, how do y'all feel? What's the Raiders looking like? How do y'all feel about y'all's Raiders off season and how they're building things up? And I
mean, I don't know about Mike's opinion, but I mean, me and my pops have discussed this multiple times. I really feel like the only good pick that they got was Ngakoue, and I feel like they're putting all of their eggs in the draft basket. And as we noted in the past, they're not the best at draft selection. So I don't know that.
Well, why not? They got Mike Mayock, the draft guru.
Listen, you can keep saying his name and call him a guru all you want.
That's what they brought him in for. Is all I'm saying. That's what they.
That's what he used to do before he came into our organization. He used to be a draft guru. Okay, that doesn't mean now that you're a GM that you're still a draft guru. Okay,
well, I mean, we'll see what he does.
Yeah,
we'll see what he does, but I just don't know.
I liked it that we picked up Carl Joseph. We picked him back up. I like the way he plays.
Yeah.
Cornerback.
Safety.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But I did forget about him. But other than that, I'll put that down. That's a decent pickup. But other than him and Ngakoue, we haven't really done much.
Right.
You know what I mean?
I seen somebody else that we supposed to have gotten from the Los Angeles Chargers.
Rams. Oh,
Chargers. The Chargers. Yeah, it was the Chargers. Yeah.
Who was it? You don't remember?
No.
Look it up, Mike, on your phone. Or here, I'll look it up.
I'm somewhere.
Yeah, no, I mean, I haven't really been impressed with the Raiders offseason too much.
I haven't either, man. It's nothing to look at.
Is it is it Nevin Lawson, Mike?
Who's that?
No.
It says y'all signed a cornerback named Nevin Lawson on March 18th.
No, not him.
Y'all signed on April 14th.
It was a defense. It was a defensive linebacker. It was linebacker, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know who that may be.
I see a linebacker on March 1st, Yukimi Iligui. Y'all waived him.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
I don't see. Now, y'all did re-sign Richie Incognito, who's had a lot of controversy over the years.
Yeah.
I see a couple waivers and a couple signings. I don't see y'all signed wide receiver Willie Snead.
Yes.
From the Ravens. I don't know if y'all knew that.
Yeah, we knew that. And we got Brown from Buffalo too. John Brown. John Brown from Buffalo.
He's got fast ratings on Madden 21. He may be all right.
John Brown?
Yeah, if you put him with what's his name? Y'all know I'm talking about, y'all's wide receiver.
Ruggs.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Those are some fast dudes. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
If Derek Carr can get him the ball, that is.
Listen, man, that's the question. But I mean,
Cliff.
Yeah.
Did you see that we did that we're going to trade up in the draft for a quarterback? Did you hear anything like that?
No.
Well, I think I read a little bit. I read a little bit. Man, I'm telling you, if they do, I'd go nuts. I don't care. I would go nuts.
I would feel like we won
even
a
if
Super
it's somebody
Bowl.
in the groom later on.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So.
Yeah, no, I would like that. I haven't heard anything about it. What you looking at, Mal?
So CBSSports.com, they got their little version of the mock draft, and I could see it. I don't think it's going to happen, but I definitely could see it. Anyways, they have potentially Mac Jones going number 7. Hold on. Did New England officially trade up, or are they thinking about trading up? It says
no, they traded up.
Okay. It says they have Mac Jones going to New England at number 7. I don't think that's going to happen.
No,
but
no.
I could see Belichick getting Mac Jones if he could.
Nah, he had the picture or the video of him shaking his head at the pro day when he was watching Mac Jones.
Belichick was?
Yeah, he was talking to somebody with a clipboard, and they was looking at him, looking at Mac Jones throwing, and you just see him shaking his head like, nah, he's not it.
Not the answer.
I can't see Belichick going that way.
Yeah, I don't know. That's why I want to see what they're going to do in the draft since they traded up. You said too is the Patriots.
Yeah,
Cam Newton.
They said
Cam Newton's not your long term.
Well, of course they said either or the Justin Fields, Trey Lance, but I initially heard that they was looking at Trey Lance.
That's what what's funny is, well, again, this is on CBS. According to this mock draft, they have Trey Lance going to San Francisco at number 3.
Oh, really?
And they have Justin Fields going number 4, Kyle Pitts number 5,
to Cincinnati.
Jamar Chase number 6, and Mac
Miami.
Jones number 7.
6 is Miami, right?
6 is Miami. They had Jamar Chase going to Miami.
Right.
And and they have your boy Penei Sewell going number 8 to Carolina, according to CBS.
And who's Carolina's quarterback, real quick?
Teddy Bridgewater. Sam Darnold.
Sam Darnold.
Well, they didn't get rid of Teddy though, right? So it's going to be a quarterback competition. I feel like between Sam and Teddy.
I think they're going to cut Teddy. I think they're going to get rid of him though. For real. They were showing him throwing some passes like he was way off.
I didn't really care for.
He didn't like the old Teddy Bridgewater.
I didn't care for Teddy. I thought he's okay in Minnesota. Don't get me wrong. A little bit in New Orleans, but he's like an Aaron Brooks to me.
What was you about to say?
Easy, I forgot.
He took it back. He always try to do something.
But Aaron Brooks started off in New Orleans. Yeah, to be fair, right?
He was doing all right in New Orleans too.
Yeah, right. But now, Mike, what was you gonna say?
Oh yeah. I want to let y'all know right now. I'm not bandwagon riding, but I just want to mention one thing, and you guys can say I said it on this show.
Right.
Brian Flores down in Miami. I like him. And I'm telling you, his season's going to be hot. Okay. So watch Miami this year. To me, that's my own opinion. I like my Raiders. Don't get it twisted. Don't get it twisted, Malcolm. Don't get it twisted. I see you. I see your face. No, my Raiders are still going to be there, buddy. It's going to be better than 8-8 this time.
It's Tua the answer, though. It's Tua the answer, because one of them's going to have to go between him and Brian Flores if they can't figure it out. You know how it goes, and they're both minorities. Somebody's going to have to go.
Oh, come on.
I don't think either of them will have to go immediately.
No, not immediately, but I feel like if Flores can't win the next 2 seasons, they're going to say either you get Tua out or
right.
You gotta go. You know what I mean? You know how they do. There ain't no tolerance for black coaches. I'll never forget Mike Singletary San Francisco. I thought he was doing all right. They gave him the.
Nah, he wasn't doing all right though, bro. He was in people's face spitting and stuff like he was out on the field with them.
They're winning games. They're winning games.
No, I was scared.
That's tough. No.
Now you spit my eye.
You know what though? These kids need that tough nose coaching though. I mean, that's the problem. I think.
I hate they took that out of football, but that make a kid snap though if you up in their face like that and spitting. And when I was back in 1979, you know how I say all the time. When I was back in '79, this is the way I done it. Well, and here we are in 2023. You know what I mean? You're talking about what you did back then.
Yeah,
and stuff,
goddamn, that motherfucker put us in a time machine. He gave us 2 years.
Right.
Yes.
Hey, and it might
time machine.
Right.
Did you say 2023? Is that what you said?
Yeah. I said we went from 79 to 2023. The difference in playing, the different styles of football.
Right.
What's that movie called?
My boy Marty McFly. Back to the Future.
Yeah. Mike.
The different styles.
Sorry, bro.
You said it, Mark. Talking about the Eagles coach. Talking about getting them competitive with rock, paper, scissors, and Jeopardy.
Right.
It's a different style. We're in the new age.
Get out of here.
Right. Alex is dead. Sorry. Lord forgive me. Alex
Trebek.
Yeah. R.I.P. man.
Yeah.
He go. He the trivia goat.
Sure was.
Aaron Rodgers just ended his little stint on the show. He's getting back.
Oh, he's done. He ain't doing it no more. He's gonna be back.
It's time to get back to football. So I don't know when he'll be back. And he did say it was a hard demand as far as the show goes, and a lot of he's like this is some real work. Like this ain't no joke. So I mean, we'll see.
I bet.
Yeah. How do y'all feel about? By the way, how do y'all feel about Aaron Rodgers' situation? They keep talking about there's turmoil in Green Bay and that.
Yeah, I heard about it.
That there's just something's getting ready to explode or something, so to speak.
He probably should have got on when he had the chance.
Well, he's mad. He's mad because they have that Love over there. What's his name?
Jordan Love.
Yeah. Jordan Love.
Yeah.
So he kind of got upset because they drafted him, and it's like. I mean, you're not going to be here to play forever, my man.
Right.
And do what the kid's going to have to do what you did, sit behind somebody good, and pick up what they know.
But it's not like his game's declining either, though. Like he's not falling off as far as his game. So I can understand the concern where it's like, damn, you just picking up this new dude. Like I'm still working.
Right. It's the first man up. It's a next man up mentality. Sorry.
Right. And that is what it is too.
And he's had that collarbone tore up a couple of times. So, got to get ready.
I think he still got about 2 in him.
Yeah.
I think he got two good productive seasons left in him. The question is, does he go out on top? You know what I mean? Or does he keep on fighting? And I don't know if you could tarnish your legacy, but everybody remembers Jordan when he came back with the Wizards.
Lord have mercy.
Listen.
Yeah.
Everybody remember that.
Man.
What he say is super bad. He said that was the 3rd grade. He said, but we'll never forget.
Right.
Remember that?
Right.
He said when he talking about that was the 3rd grade. He said, we'll never forget.
It's still a part of your legacy. And Rodgers hasn't been. They said what? It's the Super Bowl. Well, he hasn't been to the playoffs in quite some time, right? Or no, he has. He went last year. It was a Super Bowl. It was a Super Bowl, right? In 10 years, they said. I think it's been about 10 years. Yeah, bro.
Yeah, he won it that time. He was that Pittsburgh
against
the Steelers. I believe it was Pittsburgh. I believe it was. Yeah, you gonna have to step it up, bro. It's been 10 years.
That was right. That was the night before I think I moved in with White Mike.
Yeah, I saw. It's been a minute then. And that was 2011. Then, because 10 years ago.
Yep, probably.
So shit, that's the year. Karma was born that year, right?
2010.
All right. So my whole point is, it's been a minute, bro. You gonna have to do something, or You know, you're going to the Hall of Fame either way. Let's be honest. It's not like he's not going to go to the Hall of Fame.
Right.
He will definitely go.
I mean, he got a ring.
He got a ring.
He got a gold jacket too, don't he? He got the MVP.
You're gonna sit at that table. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Let me see.
I believe he got the MVP in that game.
Don't get me wrong. Yeah, my whole point is you're solidified either way. But yeah, if you can, try to get one more before you go. If I was him, I'd damn near get that one and go. Like for real, if I was Brady, I mean, I know Brady's a competitor. I might have said I'm good.
I still feel like
I
still feel like he should have got out when he had the chance.
Right, Green Bay. But where else would he have? Where do you? So okay, that brings another question. Just maybe okay. If he would have got out, where do you think he most likely would have ended up? What you think, Mike?
Probably a California team or something, since he's from the West Coast. What he played at UCLA.
Let me see.
Yeah, I don't even remember now that.
Aaron Rodgers is from Chico, California.
Right.
He did play for University of California.
Okay.
And that's all that's that's all so far.
Okay. He was pretty good then.
Yeah, I mean,
I could have seen Aaron Rodgers ending up potentially in obviously a team. He's bougie, so he got to have a team that's got something going. He doesn't go no rebuild. So probably like I would say maybe even Kansas. I mean, if Mahomes wasn't there, I'm saying Mahomes wasn't there before Mahomes.
You can't shoulda, woulda, coulda. Like this was last year. He was talking about getting out.
Oh, last year you're talking about. If we're going to last year, yeah. I mean, I could have seen him.
I can't remember who all was on his list.
Probably in Chicago.
I know he said the Raiders, but we wouldn't have gave up everything to get him.
Man, that's the whole house right there.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It would have took it, and by the time we gave everything up to get him, he would have no longer wanted to be on the team.
Right.
Like, what
the
hell?
Double negative.
You gave away everything. What the fuck?
Double negative at that point.
Yeah. So that would have never happened anyway, but I can't remember who else was on the list. That's going to drive me crazy, man.
What other teams are on the list?
Yeah, that Aaron Rodgers was interested in leaving when he was threatening to leave Green Bay this past offseason. I just can't think. I want to say Dallas was on the list.
I forget.
Because I was back when Prescott was still hurt, of course.
Mm-hmm.
Damn, I can't think. I don't know. I
can see Dallas though. I could see that. I could definitely see that. But yeah, that's all I had on him. But yeah, and we'll see. It's gonna be interesting. Definitely gonna be interesting season.
Yeah, this is gonna be definitely a toss-up of a season, I would say. I don't even think that it's gonna be as dominant of a year for Tampa Bay and Kansas City like that.
I don't either.
I think it's going to be a very mixed season, right? Where like
the NBA right now.
Right. Where nobody's just looking extra.
Nobody's safe.
Mm-hmm.
I think anybody could get it. Anybody could
get it.
Yep.
It's going to be a good one. So we'll just have to wait and see there. Definitely, I wanted to touch on the Jake Paul Ben Askren fight from last week.
Okay.
Even though we really don't have everybody on, but Jake Paul.
I seen the highlights.
Right. It wasn't a lot of highlights to see. That was a
quick one and done.
First round KO. You know what I mean? I didn't think he was gonna put him straight out like that. I'm gonna be honest.
Well, I mean, hey, you come in there looking like Ben Askren did, not ready and looking out of shape and no boxing technique, quick to get hurt out there.
I mean, I had already said that he just wasn't looking
You
good.
Called it, though. Yeah, you called it.
I didn't think it was going to be that, though.
I didn't think it'd be that fast. Yeah, you and Brittany called it last weekend, so, kudos to y'all because y'all called the win by Jake Paul.
Yeah, I called it a 4th round TKO though. I didn't even think he was gonna really be able to put him down like that so much as I thought they was just gonna stop him up against the ropes and the ref had to step in or something.
Yeah.
I do think it was an early stoppage. You know what I mean? But at the same time, I don't think that they should have just sent him back out there to Jake after he was rocked like that. But I do feel like he got up, he walked to the ref, he didn't look too wobbled to where he couldn't continue. But knowing what we know, that he was so ill-equipped in boxing experience and defense, it didn't make sense for him to get punished with another couple blows, even though he got up. Other than that, though, my next question would be who would be Jake's next opponent. You know what I mean? Like, and right now I feel like we're getting to he's getting to a situation where he can't really call out people on behalf of fame unless he's going with real fighters.
You're right.
You know what I mean?
Now comes the real contest. Now we need you to fight the credible people.
Right. I don't think he could get a Conor fight. I think Conor's too light for him.
Conor?
Yeah, Jake Paul's a cruiser, so he's fighting at least 185, you know what I mean? So I don't see Conor putting on enough, because that was another thing. Ben Askren actually had to put on weight to be more even in that fight, and I think he could have put it on better than the way he did, you know what I mean? Because it looked like he was just sloppy.
So rumor has it, according to a website, EmpireSportsMedia.com,
It's about Tommy Fury.
Yeah, no, they said for Jake Paul's next fight, they could see him fighting somebody named Dylan Danis or Danis.
Dylan Danis.
I guess it says Danis and Paul have had a ton of verbal back and forth over the last year.
Mm-hmm.
He's a world champ. Danis is a world champion in jiu-jitsu, but he's not known for his boxing. See, that again, that's what I'm tired of. I need somebody credible in the boxing world.
Now, Dylan Danis can throw hands. He's not a Ben Askren, but at the same time, I feel like boxing is a different beast, man. It's not the same. It's not the same as MMA. MMA hands and boxing hands are two completely different things.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I feel like Floyd Mayweather showed that with the Conor McGregor fight, and he carried that man for entertainment. You know what I mean?
He did. As a payday.
Everybody in the world that's not delusional knew he could have got Conor out of there in the first round if he really wanted to.
Right.
But that's not an entertaining thing, so he let him carry. He carried him for a while, and he, got him out of there late, but I feel like that's another reason why I'm glad that the Manny Pacquiao Conor McGregor fight didn't really happen like that, because Manny's not going to hold back on you.
Oh, yeah.
Manny's not going to carry you. Manny's going to go in there and get you out of there if he can go in there and get you out of there.
Right.
So that would have been bad for upcoming fights that I feel like could be made in the future. But other than that, I heard that the dude Tommy Fury, Tommy Fury called Jake Paul out. The half brother of Tyson Fury. He's only a 4-0 champion with 3 knockouts, so they're saying like it's even as far as record goes, but that's still a step up for Jake Paul because Tommy Fury had a little amateur career too, where Jake Paul just jumped in the ring for those 3, fights that he had. So that would be a definite step up. I don't know if Jake would be ready for something like that out the gate. I think he should stick with MMA fighters for the time being. Somebody else they said was like a Nate Diaz or something like that. I could see, that wouldn't be a bad fight. And Nate Diaz used to box before he got into the MMA, so he has an amateur background in boxing, even though I just feel like that would be a good fight if I'm being honest.
I was told, or I heard a rumor that I believe it was on First Take Undisputed, one of those kind of two. Anyways, I guess Nate Robinson is being told, or he's considering wanting to fight Jake Paul again. I don't know why. And supposedly the rumor was that Floyd Mayweather reached out to Nate Robinson in his camp and said, "I'll personally train Nate Robinson and get him ready." I still don't think it make a difference just because he either got it or you don't. I thought that was interesting though that Nate Robinson may be considering a rematch.
Listen, Jake's not playing with motherfuckers.
Oh, he's not.
The whole beyond the boxing community, the whole entertainment community has fallen into his trap. Right. Basically, he set the trap of, I'm not a real fighter, which, let's be 100, he's not, but he's dedicated to being one. And most people of his caliber, as far as money, like on that economic status, aren't hungry enough to be good fighters. But for some reason, he has something in him that makes him want this, and he's working like a real fighter.
He's like a Tekashi 6ix9ine in the sense of in boxing.
Ooh, I don't know. That's what do you mean, like trollish?
Yeah, because that's what he does the most. Is he's doing something that he seems to be now passionate about. He is training, but he trolls a lot. He trolls a lot. I mean, a lot. He talks a lot.
You're talking about
Jake, yeah, and people gravitate to it though. They gravitate to him, and they want to see what he's got to say and what he's going to do next. And as far as that sense goes, with someone like Tekashi, you know, hate him or love him, people are gravitating towards his, wildness, craziness, whatever he's got going on, and he's making money off it. Jake Paul making money off of it. You know, he's.
I just feel like that's a different comparison. Like that, I don't know. That might be a little disrespectful. You know what I mean? Like on Jake's behalf, like.
No, I mean,
I get where you're coming from. I definitely.
When you go from a YouTube star to a boxer, and you start talking cash to everybody.
Well, I wouldn't quite say he's a boxer yet. You know what I mean? I would say he's a fighter.
Right.
He's learning to box. He's learning how to box, but I wouldn't just say he's a boxer. You know what I mean? You kind of have to fight a boxer to be a boxer. You know what I mean?
So essentially, it sounds like what you're kind of saying is he's doing a sport which is boxing, but he's not on that technically on that status yet. He's fighting, but he's not technically considered in your eyes a boxer just yet, even though he is boxing.
Right.
So, and that's what I mean. Like in that sense, that's to me what a Tekashi does. I don't think Tekashi's truly. I think he's an artist. I don't think he's truly a rapper. I don't think he's true. You see what I'm saying? But he's making money off of it because he
knows how to market himself.
That's how to market him. Yeah, right. And both of them. And like I said, I know Jake Paul's probably not a quote unquote rat and all the other stuff we know about Tekashi. I'm just saying like their marketing is really strong. Like they come off as villains, but hey.
I see what you're saying. I definitely see what you're saying. I see what you're saying there.
And they're getting paid, I can't hate on it,
Yeah, I see what you're saying. That makes sense.
Yeah.
But moving on, you know what? This actually might be a shorter episode. Regis Prograis fought Ivan Redkach over or on the undercard of the Jake Paul fight. It was a decision. It ended in a technical decision originally in the 6th round because the judges ruled a contact of a low blow. And any fight that goes past the 4th round that ends on like a cut or an illegal shot that doesn't result in a disqualification goes to the scorecards. So what happened was they ended up giving Regis the technical decision victory over Ivan, but the fact of the matter was the shot that he threw was never a low blow. So he should have gotten the knockout because he stopped him, but they ruled it a low blow. So What happened was they re-reviewed the fight and they overturned the decision. You don't usually see that in boxing, so I definitely want to give shouts out to whoever reviewed it and overturned it. That's definitely a leap forward in the sport. That was a stand-up thing to do. So he did get that technical decision overturned to a TKO. So he did get the knockout in that fight. So I did want to touch on that. So shout out to the New Orleans boy, Regis Prograis, for getting that KO victory. And then lastly, the last thing I got on my list is UFC 261. The Jorge Masvidal Kamaru Usman rematch. I know this was one that you were definitely wanting to watch. Did you ever figure out how you was going to make that happen, or if you was going to make that happen?
Yeah, I told you we got a technological savvy person in this household, in Brand. So I know Brand will hook up some kind of setup later with his magical powers for me to be able to watch it. So yeah, I plan on watching that fight. I'm pulling for Jorge as the underdog. I do like Jorge a lot. I've watched him fight before. Although I do think Usman's going to take it. I think Usman is just like he said. I think he's on a whole nother level. I think he's
good.
nothing to play with. You
got any predictions as far as that goes?
I'm gonna say, how many rounds are there in the
championship? So it's 5.
Okay. I'm gonna say that they go the distance, meaning they go the full 5. I'm gonna say
we know what going the distance means,
right? But I'm gonna say that Usman wins by submission. I don't think he'll knock out Masvidal.
So they're not going to go the distance, but you're saying in the 5th round.
I think he'll end it in the 5th round
by submission.
Yeah.
Okay.
Submission. And it's submission. I think he's going to wear. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say I couldn't see that. Any specific submission you see it ending by? Like a choke, like an arm bar?
I think it's going to be a choke. I think he dang near wants to really rip this man Masvidal's head off. And you call a man George instead of his official name Jorge, and you just disrespect the crap out of this man. I just feel like, and you've backed up, a lot of your your talk, and looking at the fight comparisons to the record comparison. I mean, hey, he made a good point. Jorge Masvidal's fought way more than Usman has. But Usman's efficiency and his record is way better than Jorge's, and it's kind of hard to go against him.
Well, I got coming from where Jorge's background, you know what I mean. That makes sense. You feel what I'm saying? Like he wasn't a what's the word I'm looking for? He wasn't a refined fighter. He wasn't a mixed martial artist out of the gate. You know what I mean? He was a backyard fighter, right?
Kimbo slicing him, yeah.
And that was completely different than the UFC, you know what I mean? So my hat's off to him for the adjustments that he's made to be able to do what he's done in the UFC. But as far as this fight goes, I feel like he's very creative. He's very creative in there, you know what I mean? And he displayed that to me in that Ben Askren fight with the fastest recorded knockout ever in UFC history. Like he knew the plan he had going in there. He knew that man was going to shoot immediately. He knew that he wasn't going to give him the opportunity to, and he ended it and got the fastest KO in UFC history. So I feel like even when watching the first fight, I feel like Usman was a lot sharper than Jorge Masvidal. I'll definitely give him that. But I also feel like Masvidal gassed early. You know what I mean? And
right.
I'm going to say 3rd round knockout.
By Masvidal?
Yeah.
Okay. And that's interesting because Rob on FanDuel, I think he bet $100-something. And if he wins, he gets like 400. He bet on Masvidal.
Right.
Again, I'm pulling for Masvidal. Usman's a bad boy, man. It's just
He is. I'll give him that. But he has hoes. He has hoes too. You know what I mean? It's just a situation where is Jorge going to exploit the hoes there? And fighting is just a game of adjustments. You know what I mean? You made it the full 5 rounds last time, make your adjustments. You may get him out there earlier. You know what I mean? So
that's true.
I feel like to even accept the rematch, you know that you got those adjustments in you. You know that you can make them. So I feel like if he does do that, then he'll get him out of there early. So I'm going Masvidal. Like I said, I wrote down 3rd round KO. My heart saying 2nd. Because I truly feel that if he gasses again, of course it goes to Usman. You know what I mean? The further that fight goes, the more that pendulum sways closer to Usman taking it. So I'm gonna give him that. Other than that, the other fights on the card, the ladies fighting, great fights. Weili Zhang versus Rose Namajunas. I believe that's a championship fight. I'm giving it to Weili. And then Valentina Shevchenko is fighting Jessica Andrade. That's going to be a great fight as well. That one's 50-50 to me. But I'm leaning towards Andrade in this one. And I don't think that will go the distance.
Wait, tell me that.
I think Andrade wins. Yeah, no, it might go the distance. I'm going to give it an Andrade decision on that. And then there was only the other 2 fights. I don't even know. The Uriah Hall, Chris Weidman. That's the battle of the old heads. Because both of them are like 39-40. So I'm giving that to Uriah Hall. And then Anthony Smith, Jimmy Crute. I don't even know those guys, if I'm being honest. So I have nothing to say about that last fight.
Haven't even heard of him.
I have heard of Crute.
Okay.
But I don't know anything about him. I haven't watched him. I haven't, done my research. I've just heard his name before. So I won't say anything about that. But other than that, anything else that you have to say? Anything that we did not cover that y'all have written down?
Like I said, I don't believe a whole lot of changes have been going on. I don't have anything too much. Other than, hey, love and world peace. Love and world peace.
Love and world peace.
Okay, well, if we do not have anything else, I guess we will wrap it up early.
We doing the hit the showers?
Of course. What is the show without the hit the showers? So of course we're doing the hit'ems, and then damn, what else? What else? Give me y'all's Mac Jones predictions. Give me y'all's Mac Jones.
Far as where we think he's going, or
no, draft landings, not so much the team exactly, but the position in the draft.
I see him going at number 7.
Well, you know what? If I recall correctly, you said Justin Fields was going 7. So you feel like did Justin Fields did his stock rate rise or did it lower? You know what I mean?
Zach Wilson's stock, it rose up. Mac Jones, he's going to the back of the line.
Okay. I think he should have been there from the jump, if I'm being honest.
Right.
I would take Justin Fields or Trey Lance over Mac Jones, but okay, so 7. So where would you put Fields at then? And I only asked that because before you said he was at 7.
Right, where would we put Justin Fields at?
Yeah, now that you would put Mac at 7, where would you put Justin?
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and Justin's gonna go ahead of time. He's gonna go ahead of time. He's gonna go before 8. I mean, 4-7. Excuse me.
Okay.
Yeah. I see him probably going in the 4th round.
You mean 4th pick?
4th pick.
Okay.
Yes. Sorry.
No, you good.
Yeah. Sorry.
Okay. Who you got for hit the showers this week?
Okay. Who I've been talking about? He's never going to be a starting quarterback in the NFL. Nick Foles. Hit the
showers. Hit the showers, Nicky.
It's either Trent Brown or Nick Foles. That's how you.
I'm sorry, man.
All right,
you started with me.
Who you got, Mount?
I would say I think Mac Jones will end up going 3rd to the 49ers. I think Justin Fields probably will slip down to. I could see him slipping down all the way to 10. Now that I think about it, I think I don't know. I think 10 is it Miami, Dallas. I don't think he'll go to Dallas, but I think he'll go before 10. But I think he gets slipped down to 10. So I think he'll end up going to like a Carolina because they're number 8, right? Yeah. I can see him ending up in Carolina. But as far as that's the first part of the question, right? You wanted to know about
Mac Jones, yeah.
Okay.
And then just hit the shower.
Hit this Nick Sirianni, Eagles coach, new coach.
He said, "Hit the showers and keep your hands to yourself. No fucking."
Bro, and if I find out you're playing Candyland or Connect 4 next with these guys for competition, I'm writing a letter to Mr. Jeff Lurie, myself to the owner. Listen. Hit the showers, Nick Sirianni. That was mine right there.
Motherfucking. Okay, now me, as far as Mac goes, the Mac attack, call him Double Stack Mac.
Double Stack Mac.
Ooh, that's different. I'm going to say 7.
Okay.
I'm going to say 7 with Mike.
Okay.
I'm going to say I can see him going to Detroit.
Yeah.
Being a little backup behind Stafford type shit. In case Stafford don't work out, they may have a contingency playing in Matt type shit.
You mean golf?
Oh yeah, golf. Right? Yeah, duh. Yeah. I'm tripping.
Stafford's in Hollywood where Malcolm's at.
Right. I keep fucking. I always mix the two up on that too. But
right.
Yeah, no.
It's all good.
That's exactly. That even makes more sense to me if I'm being honest.
Yeah.
Because I don't know how much trust I would have in golf. You know what I mean? I don't have much in Mac either, but at least with Mac, you got somebody else that could step in that I feel like would fit that same system golf could.
Right.
So, yeah, I'm giving him 7. As far as my hit the showers goes, I'm going, I'm giving it to Tom. I'm giving it to TB12.
Yeah.
Yeah, hit the showers with your whining ass, man. Like that whining don't look good on the best.
It don't.
You know what I mean?
It don't. They still don't know if it's a joke or not because it was done
Ain't
through
no
social media.
Joke. He flashed back to his Michigan days in college and was like, "Oh shit, I can't look like that no more, man. I don't know if I like this jersey number shit. Let me say something."
So you feel like he threw a fit?
I feel like he threw one. I feel like he went out kicking and screaming.
Mm-hmm.
I can see it.
I mean,
it don't surprise me. It don't surprise me.
And I feel like he felt like he's the one that's powerful enough to where if he threw a fit and the right people heard it, shit could change. You know what I mean? But that's just like it's like when people say pick your battles, that's one that I think like that's not even worth saying anything about.
Right.
It's not worth saying. Regardless, you got to make the pass. It don't matter who's guarding them. It don't matter if 2's guarding them, 58's guarding them, 99's guarding them. Who's on that man?
Play ball. Play ball.
Right. Can you get that pass in that window is all that matters. Don't matter who the guy is on him or what number he's wearing. It doesn't. I just don't get it. Yeah, hit the showers, Brady.
Right.
Hit the motherfucking showers. But looks like we'll be ending it today. We right around 1
hour and a half.
Yeah, we just about an hour and a half. I ain't mad at that. Does anybody have anything to take us up out of?
Either have Mike Mayock figure out the draft for y'all, get some decent picks, or get him out of there. Get him out of there.
I don't want to hear you say nothing about Mayock with you in there playing rock, paper, scissors in the locker room.
Right. Or Jeopardy.
Right.
Now, listen, we'll all have to. If we somehow, Nick Sirianni and the Eagles surprise me and somehow do a little something, make a little noise this year, I might have to eat my words, but I agree with you on that. I do agree.
Well, if they was passing Rubik's Cubes, maybe I would have some faith in them, but right now, I don't know if that strategy holds any weight here in
I don't know what's worse, playing rock paper scissors or being neighbors with your quarterback.
He's like Coach, can I put my towel on first?
Right. Listen, yeah. Well, I know Gruden and Carr, they gotta go home and see each other every day regardless, in and out of practice, since we're what neighbors y'all said. So
but I think that's back in
Oakland
Cali
or something.
Yeah, I don't think that's in
Las Vegas. Okay.
That motherfucker's probably neighbors there too. Who knows?
Right.
But
moved in.
As always, my shower heads. We will leave y'all to y'all's devices early, and if y'all ain't good, be good at it in this bitch.
Like, share, subscribe, as Cliff would say, all that.
Hit all that.
Peace.